Hey besties, let's throw some shade, honey. You ready to get into it? So Tamra, you apologized to Jen. Y'all squashed your beef. Then you had a talk with Gretchen. And now you're taking Jen and Shannon on a trip. And Jen, if you wasn't all the way ready to be cool with her, why did you pretend to be cool with her last week? And now you want to bring up some stuff that you can't let go of. You ain't been letting go of the picture. Oh goodness. Okay. Let's begin because I'm all confused on what's happening. But we are on a Tamra apology trip, and I just don't know why these women wanted to go. Shannon, and we all know Cass Trip have to go, but Shannon, you don't even like Tamra. That's very clear. If if the 10th episode, right, besties, it's clear that Shannon is not over it. She is not here for Tamara. She rather not. So why did you even agree to come? Ciao. Well, welcome, besties. You are now behind the shade, and thanks for joining me. I recap your favorite reality shows weekly. Now let's kiki and ha and get into another episode of The Real Housewives of Orange County, season 19, episode 10, Wine or Champagne. And it's like wine, as in WHINE. Let me get some water. And let's get into that. But I'll wait. But besties, how would you rate this week's episode? It was okay. It was given a little okay. I'll say a good solid 7, maybe a 7.5. Yeah, it was solid. Yeah. Drop down the comments and you let me know what you thought about tonight's episode. Please like my video. Make sure you're subscribed to my channel and make sure your notification bell is on. That way you know each and every time I post my content. Now let's get into this episode, child. Tamra calls Shannon. Now, before this, you know, the episodes open up. Each woman is out getting some kind of service done to her face or her body for some improvement, glamour, beauty, trying to look young, snatching, pulling. They are into it. So Shannon and her daughter are out getting a facelift, but not like a real facelift. They're doing them a little more, she's getting injections in her face. What, Botox? What are we getting done, Shannon? She wasn't real clear, but hey. So Tamara calls her to invite her on a 24-hour trip to Temecula. Okay. They're going to hang out, and she's going to bring Jen and Gina on a vineyard. And I said, well, huh? Gina doesn't drink and should not be around any alcohol. So why would you invite her? And you keep calling Shannon a drunk and an alcoholic. Why would you take them to a winery? That just make sense, Tamara. So they're gonna go out to a vineyard, have a big, beautiful home with it's a private resort, pool, blah, 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 all the bells, all the whistles. Shannon's not sure which Tamara she's gonna get. Is it gonna be the fun one or the fighter? And I'm like, both. You gonna get both. Don't you know her? You've been friends with her for 10 years. So Jen, Gina, and Shannon go out to eat. Jen and Gina want to go with Tamra, and Shannon is unsure. She's not interested in the old friendship with Tamara. She says she's fine being neutral, how she is now. But Tamara is trying to be this better friend than she's trying to be a better friend than she was last year. She's trying to redeem herself. She's trying to move forward. They had a bad year last season. As far as their friendship, it was terrible. It was terrible. The three amigas broke up, and then Tamara was on a "you're a drunk, you're an alcoholic," John Jensen. It was just horrible, horrible, horrible. So she's unclear, but because this is the cast trip, she has to go. It's a part of her job, right? So Jen says Tamara is a good time. Tamara's all calculated, but she want to bring Jen to help her get cooler with Shannon. That backfires. And then she wants to bring Gina along so she can mediate. And that's what Gina does. Okay. So Tamara tells Emily she didn't invite Gretchen because that's too much for her. But it would have made sense. Like, y'all just made up last week. It seemed like you would have invited Gretchen and Jen because Shannon been acting shady all season. This is episode 10. Shannon has not warmed up to Tamara yet. There's just no way I would have brought Shannon, old crazy self. Oh goodness. Shannon. We're going to get on her in a minute. So, over there in Beverly Hills, Heather has a podcast called Let's Talk with Heather Dubrow. And she wants to give people who have a voice, who otherwise wouldn't be able to have a voice, right? She wants to give them a platform. So there was a trans woman there who has a very deep voice. I was like, you almost look like a woman until you started talking. Okay, whoever it was, fine. Hello. Hey, girl. Hey, girl. Hey. So then Emily and Jen meet. They're going to go volunteer at an animal shelter. Child, they had to clean up poop from a cat. All the cat kennels was just a mess. They had to clean all that up. And then they had to go outside and play with dogs. And they didn't even do that. But Emily explains to Jen how her and Shane are struggling with parenting Luke. This is Emily's storyline. And so now the other two kids, because Luke is a twin, Keller and Luke, and then she has an older daughter, Annabella. And so the two kids are very irritated by Luke. And they need their parents too. And they need their parents' attention. And the parents are kind of butting heads because they're trying to figure out how to parent Luke, but they're forgetting about the other two. And so Jen kind of gives Emily some advice. And so that was that on that. Okay. So the ladies are getting ready for the trip. All the ladies have a getaway, right? Heather decides to have a sleepover with Emily and Gretchen since they were left out of the trip. Okay. So Tamara's at home with her daughter. Excuse me, besties. And her daughter called her out because Tamara bought Shannon a book. Child, it's a self-help book titled How Not to Be a Miserable Cow in big print. And so her daughter's like, you are so shady and so petty. So you gonna sit here and tell this woman that she is miserable and she can't read? She need glasses, like she need the big print. Child, and I looked the book up. It is a book, honey. It's a book, and that is a cow on the front cover of that book. So in the car, Shannon shows Gina that she's missing a tooth in the back at the bottom. Just they're like, oh, Tamara's like, how long that's been missing? Because I didn't know you was toothless with your raggedy mouth. Now, how you in here going to get all these procedures done on your face and your body, and you ain't getting your teeth together? Girl, Shannon, go to the dentist. Shannon is falling apart, y'all. Like, it's time for Shannon to go live in a senior citizen facility, a community, not a facility because she's not sick, but she might be. she keep falling but she needs, she needs to be amongst her people. Downsize Shannon, it might be time for a different way of living because you getting ready. She's so clumsy. So they're in the car, and just Shannon is just rambling and just talking out the side of her neck. And Jen is like, okay. So she's calling it Shannon's deep thoughts. And Shannon is just like, I wonder if the cow jumped over the moon and there used to be avocado trees at my grandfather's house. I wonder if they still growing. I mean, she is just like, huh? Gretchen and Emily are on their way to Heather's in Beverly Hills, and they're having fireball shots, and they kicking it, and they talking and kikiing and ha and child. So Heather got the place all decked out. She got the cute little beds with the teepees, honey. Got it all decked out, Heather style only. Heather gonna do it. She got a candy bar, but a little table with all the different candies and charcuterie boards and just all the luxuries, all the champagne, and just, can I come? I want to go. I want to go. So Tamara's crew, they arrive at the house. It's nice. It's nice. So Tamara gives Shannon the primary room, aka the master bedroom. They don't call it that anymore. It's called primary. And child, Shannon don't want it. Shannon don't want it. She's like, I feel uncomfortable in that big room. You do, but Shannon brought 2 suitcases for a 1 day trip, an overnight trip. She says in one suitcase, she brought her whole kitchen. She wants to cook breakfast. She had to bring blenders, ingredients, spices, an egg white maker, a platter, some utensils, bakeware, mixers. It's like, girl, why are you bringing all that? Goodness gracious. So Emily and Gretchen arrive at Heather's, and honey, she has this huge view in the penthouse where they could look out and just see all of LA, Beverly Hills, all of it, right? So they tell Heather that they was in the car analyzing Tamara. And so she said, what did y'all come up with? What's up? What you think? So they're like, Heather, not Heather, Tamara. They say, Tamara must have been one of them girls that hung around a lot of guys growing up. She's not a girl's girl. And she's very insecure. Clock that T. How about that? So Jen brought up the fatty photo to Emily when they did the volunteering at the animal shelter. And so Jen is still upset because she still feels like, she didn't know what Tamara's intent was bringing that picture to Heather. Heather says this is what Jen, looked like before she started to look like me. That's what Heather's saying that Tamara was saying. Like, this is what Jen looked like before she started trying to look like me. Remember, Tamara told Jen she was trying to wear her hair. She was doing this, doing that, doing this, doing that, blah, blah, blah. Okay. Okay. So Gretchen feels like Heather is scared of Tamara. Why somebody got to be scared of Tamara? And she will never fight against her or disagree against Tamara. She ain't into that. She'll never do it. So over at the Tamara crew, honey, these motorcycles pull up with the buggies to come pick the girls up to go to the winery. And child, it's a whole situation for Shannon. She is freaking out as usual. Hi, Brian. Nice to meet you. It's like she even talks. Did I just sound like Gina? What? Huh? Where did that New York come from? She even talks all scary and hi Brian. Should I close my mouth for the bugs? He was like, no. Then her allergies start acting up, right? And now her nose is running and snot is flying. Jen is behind Shannon. And then in the other buggy is Gina and Tamara. So now Gina's sitting behind Shannon. Shannon's nose is running. They're flying on this buggy, and snot is slapping Jen. Jen had to put her head down to keep the snot off of her face. Now, Tamara and Gina are next to them, and she got snot on Tamara's glasses. It's like, Shannon. Shannon turned 60 and just got old. Like, is this how it's going to be, Shannon, until you get a man? Men make you feel young? Or are you just an old woman now? This girl that gave up. She says she happy. So let's see. She says she happy, but she is just so accident prone all of a sudden. Not all of a sudden, but it's just so obvious this season. I feel bad for her. Oh, so she's all in the thing. Oh, I feel like I'm in a roller coaster. Shannon just screaming for no reason, like, be quiet. Golly. So Heather's crew is walking down Rodeo, and then they are approached. They see a whole bunch of paparazzis on the corner. You know, they're on Rodeo, so they're there to take pictures of stars because they're out. They're out shopping. You got Chanel and Dolce and Gabbana. You got Dior. You got Louis. You got Gucci, Prada, right? And some weird paparazzi lady just comes up to them and says that Heather did not call us for those pictures. And so Emily and Gretchen are like, where is this girl coming from? Like, why are you talking to us? Nobody asked you nothing. What are you talking about? And they was like, well, what happened? She said, those are just random shots. They showed a picture. They both posing, doing a little Vogue, little old fashioned Vogue. And so Heather feels like she has been vindicated. Okay, I have been vindicated. I'm like, well, not really. Because, honey, the girls are not buying it. And I'm not buying it either. They believe that Heather bought that paparazzi lady too. Like, is she an actress too, Heather? So, honey, they go to crustacean to eat, honey. Yes, good choice. There is one in Beverly Hills. I've been to that location. We have a crustacean right here in San Francisco, and they just remodeled too. Great food. But I particularly care for Thang Long, their sister company. I like Thang Long a little better. But you talking about the roasted crab with the garlic noodles? Those are the creators of garlic noodles, Crustacean. They are the first to bring us the garlic noodles, okay? And don't leave out the tiger prawns, the wontons. What else? My homegirl, she loves the fried rice. Oh my goodness, y'all. You talk about some good old eating there. Woo! Okay, back to this. Okay. So the ladies arrive at the winery, and I'm like, why do you have two alcoholics there with you at the winery, Tamara? This was not a great choice. You guys should have gone to make pottery, candles, um, painting, shopping, massages. I mean, there's some other things you could have done. What else? There's some new stuff that people are doing. Anyway, that. But why would you take two people who struggle with alcohol to a winery? So Gina was like, I need the what do they call the bucket? The spit bucket. She was like, I need that because I'm gonna, roll it in my mouth from left to right and spit it out. So she's not gonna swallow it. She's gonna just can you what's the point of hmm, can you taste it without swallowing it? Like you put it in my I guess, girl. So anyway, y'all tell me if y'all know. What is the point? If you can't swallow it, are you drinking it? Can you taste it if you're not swallowing it? So They're at the winery sitting down. And so Tamara asked Shannon, "Do you like me again, Shannon?" Trying to be making light of it. And it's like, ooh, weird. So Shannon says, "Yes, I've had fun." And she's like, "Oh my God, I'm so uncomfortable." What is wrong, Shannon? Why are you so uncomfortable? Why are you here? What is wrong? Is your Spanx too tight? Are your clips tight on your scalp? Have you seen how ugly your wig is? Your weave? Your extensions? Like, why are you so uncomfortable? Is it because of Tamara? Then why did you come? You didn't want to come. I mean, I know we all know why she came, but still, like, you're getting on my nerves, Shannon. You're kind of getting on my nerves. So Heather tells the ladies that she's been doing musicals since she's been in Beverly Hills. She's taking vocal lessons and she's acting. And they like, that's probably where she met that paparazzi lady. So Shannon telling the ladies that Heather is taking Shannon said Heather is taking comedy classes. And they're all like, she ain't funny. What are you talking about? Terry is the comedian, but Heather's no comedian. She's never made me laugh. Has Heather made you laugh? Nope, not me. You? Nope. Yeah, I don't get it. Nope. That wasn't a laughable moment. So they say no, Heather's not funny, not at all. So Emily, who is Emily? So Emily tells Heather that Jen asked her, does she think Heather pacifies Tamra because she can't deal with Tamra? So Heather said, she asked Emily, well, what did you say? Emily's like, so what happened was, so see, I think, I don't remember, but I think you do pacify Tamara. Uh-huh. Because it's been said that you can't handle Tamara's aggressiveness. Heather said that is bull crap. Jen don't know what she's talking about. And she said she was scared of Tamara at the time of the polygraph test. She just kind of just said, when they asked the question, she said her brain went to yes. But she said she's not scared of Tamara no more. She's over that. And so then she reminds us that when Tamara left New Orleans, she was the one that checked on her and told her she felt thrown away. So she said she feels like all the other ladies are scared of Tamara now. Yeah, uh-huh. So at the vineyard where Tamara is with two alcoholics and Jen, child, why are y'all there? So Jen and Shannon, they go for a walk. Shannon falls because she's trying to wear heels. But in the vineyards, there's some holes, some little potholes a little bit in the dirt. So Shannon, of course, clumsy, walks right to the holes and falls. I was like, Shannon, you gonna break your ankle, your leg, your foot, your butt. Oh my goodness. If y'all don't get this woman a wheelchair, Shannon, you almost need a nurse. It's giving you are falling apart. Girl, if you don't get off what you need to say to Tamara so you can relax, you gonna hurt yourself trying to hold all this in. So Tamara and Gina, they go for a walk too. So they talk about Shannon. So Tamara tells Shannon, she tells Gina that the reason why her and Shannon have not moved forward is because Shannon holds grudges. Shannon tells Jen she'll never forget how Tama treated her last year. And I'm like, honey, I'm with you on that, honey. Tama was so out of pocket. But when you guys sit down to apologize, get off what you need to say to that person. And then if you want to move forward, move forward. If you don't, say you don't. I don't know. Communicate. Keep it 100. Ain't nothing wrong with keeping it 100, honey. But all this so passive aggressiveness is really getting on my nerves. So she ain't gonna never forget, honey. But do you forgive her is what I want to know, Shannon. Do you forgive Tamara? Probably not. Okay. So is that Gina brings up what Jen told her about how she's mad about Tamara showing Heather the fatty photos. Tamara's like, oh God. It's like the picture wasn't that ugly. It wasn't a bad picture. Goodness gracious. And she said, well, yeah, she was heavier. That's why you showed the picture, Tamara. So Gina tells Tamara, well, you need to go fix it then. And Tamara's like, oh gosh, I get blamed for everything. Because you do everything, Tamara. You do a lot. You do a lot. And these girls is not letting it slide no more. Shannon said that. We're not sitting back and going, okay, that's just how she is. They not going for that no more, girl. We are in a new era of healing. Go get help. You're doing that. Stay with that therapist, okay? So they have dinner in the cellar. Looks real nice, real cute. If you guys haven't done it, do it. It's lovely. Okay. Every winery girl, they be having some good food. They do not play when it comes to the food. Top tier, baby. Yeah. So Tamara and Jen finally talk about this photo. You change your look. You're totally different. You were shy and timid before. You were super insecure, Jen. Jen is like, I was, yes, I was, yes. So Jen tells us she was lonely in her marriage with Will, and she turned to food for comfort. And so now, yes, she's lost lots of weight. And Tamara says, uh-huh, because, Ryan likes tits on a stick. And that's exactly what Jen is. Just like Ryan likes it. And what's wrong with that? You gotta look, I mean, duh. The man has to find you attractive. She ain't gonna let them people live. She's not gonna let them live. I think Tamara will shut up about all of this, Jen and Ryan, once they get married. Because there won't be nothing left to say. Like, shut up already, right? I hope. So Jen asks, when did I become a problem for you? When did I show you that I was different in this friendship of ours? What happened? Oh, honey, Tamara was ready. Oh, in Cabo, when me, you, and Ryan and Eddie went, Ryan told us he was in love with you, but you were still married to Eddie. No, to Will. You were still married to Will. And Eddie told me he felt dirty. Child. Eddie. Okay, girl. What? So Shannon tells us, and honey, I ain't heard this ever. Shannon giving us the tea, honey. She said, oh, that's weird that y'all tripping off of them, having an affair. When Tamara was having an affair with Eddie while she was still married to Simon. Now, wait a minute, Miss Shannon. Were they like married, actively married, or were they just not divorced yet? What kind of married were they? Were they at the end of their marriage, or were they already split up, like separated, married? I need to know. I got questions, Shannon. So Tamara's like, well, sorry for questioning you and showing the picture. That was wrong of me. Jen says, can I see the picture? She asks, let me see the picture. And I'm like, Jen, we have seen that picture 1,600 times. You ain't seen that picture yet? Nobody showed you the picture. Or do you just want Tamara to show you the picture? So they're like, here it goes. Bam. Huh. Huh. And then Tamara gonna say, well, I probably was being shady. So I'm gonna put that out there. That's my disclaimer. I was being shady. So Jim was like, ew, disgusting. Why you pick this picture? Where you get this from? Gina, the mediator is like, yeah, that's not a good picture of either of you. And here come the senior citizen. She has her glasses on, grabbing the phone, talking about, I can't see. I can't see. Shut up, Shannon. Gosh. Shannon needs to be the friend of, like, Shannon, it's time to go. No, it's time for her to go. She can't see. Girl, blow the picture up. Golly. So Jen feels like Tamara is insecure. She's the one with low self-esteem. And she did that so she can feel better in with these group of women. I said, okay, Jen, she has found her voice. She has. I like Jen. Y'all like Jen? I like Jen. Jen tells Tamara she doesn't feel different. She's finally feeling like herself at 47 years old. You're 47, Jen? Moving on. And Tamara doesn't like this new version of her. Tamara feels like Jen has a voice now. She said, you got a voice now, child. You be talking your talk. And I like that. What you talking about? I like it. Well, it doesn't feel like it. And so Tamara tells us people just be wanting to argue with her. She be trying to apologize and they be wanting to fight. So Jim was like, well, and so, Tamara's like, well, what do you want from me? Blood? And Jim was like, I want you to mature. No. Oh my goodness. Tamara, they say you childish. So Shannon has had enough. She butts in. She was like, see, Tamara, what's wrong is, you go low. You go low when you get mad, and you need to take accountability because it's not okay. Tamara tells Shannon she goes low too, but behind people's back. Shannon, and did y'all notice Shannon was about to start hollering and screaming like she always does, but for some reason she kind of kept her tone down. And I was like, thank goodness, because honey, them barrels of wine probably would have cracked open. And it would have been a tidal wave of red wine just all over that cellar. Like, girl, I was like, Shannon is about to get amped up, but she didn't holler and scream. So if she's in therapy, it's doing good for her. She is in therapy because she said she talked to her therapist on her way to wherever she was going to when she went to eat. So she said, you need to be accountable. Oh no. So Tamara tells her you go low too behind people's back. So Shannon admits that she has reservations about their friendship. She says, I've been so happy and I've been better without you. And so, Tam was like, good, fine. I love that for you. Good. Keep on doing what you're doing. And so Shannon's like, last year was hard for me and you came after me. I said, no, Shannon, she came for you, not after you. She came for you. And so Tamara said, well, I was hurt because I thought we were close. Now, Tamara, girl, you was off the chain, calling her a drunk and an alcoholic, hollering and screaming and throwing her ex and Alexa all in her face. You went to be friends with Alexa, like you was trying to be friends with the ops. And girl, are you slow? Tamara, are you stupid or are you dumb? It's time for Tamara to go. And I used to like Tamara. It's time for her to go. So you call me an alcoholic and a drunk, da 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 da. And so Gina, so she said, well, I hate this to Tamara. She was like, I hate to go backwards, but yeah, Gina, she's concerned about your drinking right now. What? I was like, wait, what? What? And so she said, what's up now? What's wrong? What you got to say? So Gina was like, Shannon, I worry about you. And child, it was over after that. To be continued, besties. I was like, child, Shannon's still drinking? What are you worried about her for? She just, oh no. I think Gina thinks she should go to a senior citizen community too. Child, but what kind of worry? Gina's worry ain't my worry. I want Shannon to go sit herself down somewhere. But this season is kind of Last season was They need to do a shakeup for this franchise for real, besties. It's not giving. Even my views on the recap, I'm doing 3 shows right now. This is the lowest of my shows. It's not good. It's time to do something different. It's time to bring some people back. Where's Kelly? Y'all remember Kelly? Kelly died. She ain't coming back because she got married. But somebody, who else come back? Joe? Is Joe coming back? Huh. I don't know, but I just didn't think it was smart for Tamara to bring this group of women on a trip. I don't know. It was weird. Okay, besties, I'm out. I gotta go to bed. Somebody gotta get up, go to work in the morning, child. Y'all have a good evening. Have a good Friday. I'll be back with another recap. It'll be life after lockup. All righty. Don't forget to like the video, comment, subscribe, notification bell. All right. Bye, bestie.